Every family has someone who keeps the stories, the one who remembers how it all began. The good stuff, the messy stuff, the little moments everyone else seems to just forget about. Well, that's me. I'm Tanya, and if you're hearing this, that means one of my stories has finally made its way to you. I know I've missed quite a few big moments, Caitlin. I wasn't there the day you were born, your first day at school, that one time you and your mom spilled smoothies all over the car. But you can probably already tell it's not because I wasn't watching. In this family, I am what they call the keeper of memories. Somewhere just beyond the stars, I've been collecting every giggle, every dance move, every sleepy snuggle this family has ever had, and tucking them away safely in my great glowing scrapbook of memories.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
You know what I love most about life? Cats.
Now, I know what you're thinking. If I've been watching this whole time, why didn't I, send you messages in your cereal or flicker the lights a little bit just to scare you? Well, it's complicated. There are rules in the memory realm, and the biggest one, no stories may be told until the listener is ready. And for you, Caitlin, that moment is now. 13 is a powerful age. It's when the heart begins to glow with its own light. Only then can it hear the quietest stories, the ones whispered in the dream languages, carried on starlight, tucked between the tick-tock of time. So now that you're finally able to listen, I am so excited to share all the wonderful treasures I've been keeping just for you. Long before your first breath tiptoed in, I was getting married to your granddad. Now, your granddad and I, we didn't have much, but we did have patience, love, and dreams the size of a softball complex. The girls, they got into trouble, sure, all the time, but they were my everything. I will never forget your mom playing outside in the middle of a rainstorm without a care in the world, and your grandpa Rick was leading the charge in those days. I certainly wish I could have stuck around. All this love inside me? Gosh, if only I could have been there the day that your mom and dad announced that they were pregnant with your brother. I was up here hooping and hollering so loud. The neighbors 2 planets away must have thought the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. If I hadn't left, a lot of things would be different in this family, that is for sure. But so much love might have never bloomed. Life has a way of weaving beauty through the broken bits. We don't always see the pattern right away. Take your brother, for instance.
What? I was in there.
Peyton arrived first, loud and proud, like a firework that didn't wait for the 4th of July. He was the king of the castle. And then you come along, tiny, bright-eyed, bow bigger than your whole head. You guys were just 2 little adventurers taking on the living room like it was uncharted territory. Hugs, giggles, matching Halloween costumes. You were best friends without even trying. These days, let's just say the sibling magic sometimes comes with a side of sarcasm. It's different, but it's still there, hiding under all those eye rolls. That's just what growing up looks like, right? You bigger, he pesters, you steal his shoes. He throws rocks at you while you're in a kayak. I have seen this story before with me and your Aunt Charlene, and I also saw it with your mom and your Aunt Crystal. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Because one day, you 2 guys are gonna find your way back to that magic. It might sneak up on you during a road trip or over milkshakes, because you're not just growing up together, you're growing roots together, deep down into the earth. You're always gonna be connected because of that. No matter how far life takes you, that kind of bond always knows how to find its way home. And speaking of roots, let me just talk for a second about the 2 people who have been planting them, and that is your mom and dad. Angel, my baby girl, she was born with glitter in her soul, I swear. A will strong enough to move mountains, and somehow, with all that strength, she still makes room to lift up everyone around her higher. That is her kind of magic. She gives the kind of love that wraps around you like a quilt. It's warm and it's steady, and it's stitched with thousands of quiet sacrifices. And Jonathan, your dad, he came into our lives like a steady wind, calm, grounded, and funny in a way that just sneaks up behind you. The way he looks at his family, though, the way he shows up day after day, that is the kind of strength that the world doesn't always recognize. But I see it. From the time they got together, they were dreaming of a life bigger than the one they came from, and I will be darned, they built it. I also know that it feels like they don't always understand you guys, but trust me, souls don't have to match perfectly to love each other deeply. They are listening, even when it doesn't feel like it, and even when they don't get you, they choose you every single day. That kind of love, it echoes across lifetimes. And here's the part that gets me every time, is that you are so much like them. The sparkle, the strength, the softness, the fire, and you and your brother carry all of that forward with you. There isn't a single day that I wouldn't trade for 5 minutes with you, Caitlin. I would have snuck you all the cookies, taught you how to dance barefoot in the kitchen, and spoiled you absolutely rotten, zero apologies. But life, well, it had other plans for me. And as much as I wish I could have stayed longer, I don't feel sad when I look at your life. You wanna know why? Because when I couldn't be there, they were. Robert and Jenna, steady as stars, those two. They have been the quiet constants, the kind of grandparents who show up early and leave late and never forget your birthday. They filled your life with wisdom, warmth, enough snacks to feed 17 football teams, which, knowing Peyton, was probably necessary. And let's not forget the rest of the village, your granddad, Debbie, aunts, uncles, honorary relatives who come out of the woodwork to see you perform on stage. They have been there too, in the background, in the crowd, in your corner, loving you loud, loving you quiet, just loving you. And all of them stepped in when I had to step out. And if you're wondering how I feel about that, I feel lucky. Lucky that my place in your life was never empty. It was just filled by people who loved you like I would have wanted to. That, my girl, is the kind of wealth that cannot be measured. A family that shows up again and again and again. I've had the best seat in the universe, you know. Just beyond the stars, watching your life unfold like the most beautiful kind of musical. The kind with jazz hands and plot twists and the occasional dramatic school monologue. From the moment you could babble, you were performing. Singing in the bath, dancing in the grocery store aisles, turning everyday moments into full-on musical numbers. Even when you're nervous, even when the world feels too loud, you still show up and you still shine. That is courage, Miss Caitlin, and you have had that all along. I have watched you grow into a girl who feels everything deeply, who laughs like she means it, who makes friends feel seen, who tells stories with her whole heart, and who is not afraid to be goofy and big and honest. That is your kind of magic, rare, and it is a treasure. So whether you're on stage or in your room with a hairbrush microphone, whether you're painting your nails or thinking about the future, keep being you. Loud, lovely, curious, kind, wonderfully you. Because from where I sit, watching you be yourself might just be the greatest performance I have ever seen. And now here we are. 13 years of memories all tucked into the pages of my glowing little scrapbook. my favorite thing in the universe. I've kept every single memory. Your birthdays, your firsts, your messes, your musicals, the quiet moments by yourself, the loud ones, the in-between ones, they're all in here. Some glittery, some very wrinkly. I'm sure you'd like to throw them away, but all very real. And I treasure each and every one. If I could have been there in person, Caitlin, I would have. For sure. I would have been front row at your shows, snuggled up for movie nights, and I would have kissed your boo-boos when you were little, clapped way too loud at your shows probably, and certainly told every single stranger, "That's my granddaughter, go Caitlin!" But I wasn't meant to be there in that way, even though that's what I wanted. I got something else instead. I've gotten to see the whole picture. I've gotten to watch you grow, unfiltered and free. I've gotten to witness your story from the stars. And let me tell you, Caitlin, I wouldn't change a single thing. Because if I had stayed, then you might have turned out different. And I don't want a different you. I want the girl who sings at full volume, the girl who cries when she cares, the girl who hugs tight and laughs louder, tries again even when it's hard, the girl who's kind, the girl who shines. So, as you step into this next chapter, this new sparkling teenage year, I just hope that you carry this story with you. Not as a history lesson, but as a love letter, a reminder that you come from a long line of magic makers, that you are surrounded by people who would move mountains for you, and that every page of your life ahead, it is already rich. I love you so much. Happy birthday, and until we speak again, with all my heart, your Grandma Tanya, the keeper of memories.